Hi, today I'm going to show you how to make a boutonniere for a wedding or a prom. For a prom, typically the girlfriend or the date will choose the color of the flower, usually according to her dress color or whatever flower is her favorite. And then for a wedding, typically the bride chooses the color of flowers that she prefers for her wedding, the theme that is to be associated with the wedding. Today, I've chosen a very traditional, plain red rose boutonniere. Again, the first thing you want to take off is the greenery because it will get cumbersome. You then cut it to a nice length. I'm going to take off all this excess greenery so it's nice and clean. Take your floral tape, the non-sticky floral tape, and you begin to wrap it. Now when you pull it, it stretches and kind of sticks. It's not a sticky tape, but it does stick to itself. So you wrap that just a couple times. Then you take your piece of greenery, position that to the back so it's somewhat flat. Always remember that when you put your greenery on, it will sit flat on the groom, so it doesn't necessarily have to point straight up in the air. You begin to wrap this. Do not wrap it too tightly as it will snap. Then you take your filler flower of choice. We chose some misty blue. You take the filler flower and you place it in front of the bouquet to give it some interest in the front, to kind of fill it in, and you position it prior to beginning to wrap. You hold it in place with your thumb and then continue to wrap with the tape. We need a little bit more, so we open this up, place another piece of the misty in there, fold it over, again hold it, make sure it stays in place. You can also add other pieces of fill. This is plumosa. Again, you take the bottom leaves off. Anytime you're doing this, you want to make sure it's as clean as possible. See how empty this kind of is here? So we want to add a little more interest over here. Place it on the back here, hold it with your thumb, and begin to tape. At this point, you have a lot of straggly stems. You want to cut those off. And then you just continue . Continue to wrap it. As you're wrapping it, you want to look at it and make sure that it's the appearance that you're looking for. Wrap it, wrap it. Now, according to the design of your wedding, you may want it long, you may want it short, you may want to wrap some decorative wire. There's all different things you can do with a boutonniere to kind of jazz it up a little bit. At this point, you want to cut the stem. When you're finished with your boutonniere, you want to make sure that you have your pin to pin it onto the lapel. You may get any of these pins from any floral supply store. These are very basic, and you just put them in here. I suggest always having two so that you can pin it at the bottom and the top so it doesn't flop over. And this is how you make a boutonniere for a wedding or a prom. My name is Holanda. I'm with Lily of the Valley Florist in La Quinta, California.